Welcome to all of you people that have a great desire to become wise in this earth. We have an opportunity today to learn something out of the book of Ecclesiastes, to increase our perception and understanding of what is meaningful in life, what is truly meaningful in life. It says in verse 4 of Ecclesiastes, generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. My father passed away recently. He was 94 years of age. Undoubtedly, he was the most significant influence in my life next to my salvation. He was kind and caring. He was thoughtful, always generous. He was a highly intelligent man, self-educated, because whilst he won a scholarship to go to elementary school, his parents, or his family, required his income. And so at the age of 15, he went and joined the Navy. Went through World War II. He'd seen plenty of hardship. He was part of the silent generation. And so whilst he seldom spoke, he was a quiet man, seldom spoke. Nevertheless, he was the greatest influence that I know in my life next to knowing Jesus. Held his cards close to his chest, never wore his heart on his sleeve. Yet there was never a moment where his devotion to his family was doubted. And every day I live adds meaning to the life that he invested in me. But he and his generation have passed. And the silent generation was followed by the baby boomers, and that's my generation. I've watched the arrival of Gen X and Gen Y and Gen Z, and now Generation Alpha. Generations come and generations go. If you don't come to terms with the comings and goings of life, if you don't make sense of them and make your peace with them, then you're going to be overwhelmed by them. We all like the comings. We welcome the new. The new is full of excitement and hope and adventure, falling in love and your first kiss and getting engaged and married, and there are no thoughts of future struggle, no thoughts of trouble. And then the next generation arrives on the scene, bringing yet again the thrill of the new, and it's all champagne and cigars and roses and buying your first home and embarking on your career and buying your crib and pram for the baby. New generations are intoxicating occasions, but gradually the excitement of the honeymoon siphons into routine and school runs and paying electricity bills and the mortgage, and the daily routine consumes time and attention, and you begin experiencing the transition of one generation passing into another. If you're not mindful, then you'll lose your way and miss the opportunity for this to be the most meaningful time of your life. Do that, and when a storm comes, and storms invariably come, when a storm comes, you can be so bereft of meaning that you can find yourself unable to navigate the storms. You don't have the strength or the muster to be able to navigate the storms of life because you are bereft of meaning. That's when people give up on work, and give up on hope, give up on marriage, give up on life. It's not the thrill of romance that keeps a marriage together. It is the meaning behind the marriage. It's the meaning within your life. You've got to have a reason. That's why covenant is such an important thing. Now, Solomon indicates that there are elemental factors that contribute to the overwhelming sense of meaninglessness that can be felt in the face of passing generations, a material force that we all have to come to terms with. He says, but the earth remains forever. We're made from the dust of the earth. The material aspect of our lives plays an incredibly powerful force in enabling us to enjoy a natural sense of meaning. God's equipped us with a biological makeup that has us feeling impregnable when we're young. And from the age of 15 or even younger, a boy can feel like Superman, Man of Steel, until one day you look in the mirror and see the law of entropy has affected everything. And your hair is balding and your stomach is sagging and you feel far more like Clark Kent than Superman. And suddenly you're in a crisis, a midlife crisis. And the midlife crisis is a crisis of meaning. Will you give in to it? Will you get depressed and spend the rest of your life becoming a grumpy old man full of acrimony regarding everything that you have ever lost? Lost youth. Or will you reject it? Buy yourself a red sports car and run off with your secretary? Or will you come to terms with it and find the meaning that God will give to you that will give you meaning for the rest of your life? When something has gone, you will feel a loss of meaning. Everything will feel wrong. Your sense of meaning will only return as you're able to let go of the past. If you're always thinking about the good old days, you'll not be able to enjoy this day or the future days. You've got to let go of the past. If somebody's rejected you, you've got to let them go. I know you think that nothing makes sense anymore. That's because you've lost the meaning that that person being in your life had added to your life. But you'll never be able to find meaning again if you're always looking back to the past. If God thought you needed them now and for your future, they would still be there. So let them go and move on. God talks about leaving and cleaving, to leave the old and cleave to the new. Jesus said it's more blessed to give than to receive. If you can determine to be someone who invests in others, especially in the next generation, that's the generation that's before your eyes right now, that is growing up and becoming who you are right now. If you can invest in the next generation, then you'll amplify your reason for being in the world, and this will magnify your experience of meaning. Yes. Finally, don't let the current climate debate and such voices as Extinction Rebellion, don't let them rob you of your hope for your future because of your concerns regarding the state of planet Earth. God said the earth remains forever. It's true that in many ways the planet has suffered at our hands. Nevertheless, that's only part of the story. Humanity has greatly benefited from all that we have done in the earth. Ultimately, God is in control of all matter, and the earth will remain until he says it's time to wrap everything up. So yes, let's look after what God has given to us. Yeah, look after it as well as we can, but let us not lose hope regarding our future when all of that really is in God's hands. Okay, so here is a truth transformer, something to think about. really wraps everything up that I've been speaking about today. Embracing an eternal future embeds so much meaning in your life that you will last forever. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow for some more wisdom from the book of Ecclesiastes.